Well, it's really fun when we go road racing in the Pennzoil Truck Series. It's even better when we go out of America and go to Canada. So we're here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, also known as Mosport, for the DC Solar 250. As it's going to be a quick road race. On the pole is Alan Bowman in the 6.6. Now, a big track position is here at road course, so he definitely has the best starting spot. Cynthia Bright will be 2 outside in the 2nd position. Then Marcus Lopez in 3rd, Dylan Mills 4th, and Jack Caramamo in 5th. They have Jonathan Rains in 6th, Gustavo Rocha in 7th, Michael Ferris in 8th, 2nd in points, William Seaman in 9th, and Cole Luigi rounding up the top 10. They have Keegan Thompson and Luke Rainey, along with Jennifer Buford and then Bubba Sir. They have Greg Lee and Jonathan Buford, Alex Stewart and Riley Sprague. Then there's Griffin Lynn and Xavier Sullivan Jr. And Keith Stevens and Land Fenway. Jeff Mills, your points there starting way back here, and they have Justin Eads. Then Colton Yo with the DC Solar sponsorship, and they have Justin Zidell, along with Christian Richardson and Danny Bright. They have Isaac Nichols and James Ryan, Michael Canto and Trey Rainey, along with Tim Gary and Christian Parker, running out the field final row. Racer in the 5, 2's outside the 4 of JJ Reed. That's your 36 truck sign lap here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Let's get the green flag, let's get on track sign and get the command.
On behalf of the many great folks at Bass Pro Shops, Tracker, and MB&A, gentlemen, start your engines!
Business as usual today, buddy. Nice and easy. Your seatbelt's a little tight for me, buddy. You're ready to rock and roll. Buddy, be ready here now. Feel that thing out real good here for the first lap or so. Make sure you got a good feel for it.
These Canadian fans fired up here this afternoon, as it's the only time any of the top 3 series will race outside the United States here at Mosport. Alan Bowman, Cynthia Bright share the front row. A few rows behind them, 32 Cole Luigi with the throwback that you see right there in number 32. So the pace truck to pit road, 16 laps, Bowman on pole, Bright 2 is outside in 2nd. They come down the front stretch into the restart zone. We're racing, green flag in the air. They race up over the hill. Alan Bowman is cleared for the race lead. Cynthia Bright will get to 2nd. Dylan Mills is 3rd. As they try and sort it out as they go through these big, long, and narrow corners. Dylan Mills overdrives the corner. Here comes the 7th, Marco Chapez. Cynthia Bright round the back bumper of Alan Bowman. We've seen trucks get moved out of the way for wins here in the Camping World Truck Series. How will it be here today in the Pennzoil Truck Series? This very slow corner you have to take nice and easy right here. Alan Bowman does a great job. Cynthia Bright did not do a good job. Here comes Dylan Mills. He might get to the inside. Bowman as well. Dylan Mills with a great corner right there and might get by Cynthia Bright right here as they go up the hill. Mills still trying to clear Bright for the 2nd position. These front 3 have put a little gap on the battle for 4th as Jonathan Rains in the 1 gets by Marco Chapez. Jack Caramamo settled in. Still side racing for 2nd. A little bit of contact. Cynthia Bright will lose that 2nd position as Dylan Mills powers off the corner as enter the final 2. Alan Bowman from the pole, lead lap 1. He rounds off the final corner. Bowman leads lap 1. Mills 2nd. Bright is 3rd. As the front few get single filed out and get away. First battle right here. Marco Chapez trying to get that 4th position back from Jonathan Rains, but Rains with a pretty good truck right now is able to haul off that 7. 2nd in points, Michael Ferris rounds out the top 10, and number 23 trying to battle with Luke Rainey to get to 9th. Rainey has not had a great season after winning 2 of some of the first few races, so he's looking to get back in form here. Get a top 10, try and get momentum going before the chase. He has 2 wins, so he just has to stay top 25. He'll be in the chase easily if he can do that. 2 wins is almost a guarantee as long as you're top 25 in points, but something we haven't really talked about, top 10 points, of course, get those extra points as a truck is off track. I couldn't tell who that was, and they come across. It's the Bufords. Jennifer Buford and Jonathan Buford. And Jeff Mills in the 33 is there. He had to chuck up. He might lose some position. He has to let Jonathan back on track. And Jonathan is still in the grass. I don't see a caution light. I think we're still green. Colton Yo has damage in the... What in the world? The 15 truck apparently, well, of course. The 29 has damage. The 39 was on pit road. We're still green. Battle again for 4th. Marcus Chapez is trying to get back by Jonathan Rains. He'll do it. What a crazy few laps. Let's see what happened to Colton Yost. He has got a ton of damage. Here's the battle for 8th. Luke Rain Williams Seaman battling as Rain moves to the inside. Seaman trying to get by him. Close quarters racing here back there for 10th. Oh, a little contact there between the 92 and the 88. I thought the 88 was going to get spun out right there. He did a great job holding on to the truck, still trying to get by for the 8th position. He drives it down to the corner. Out breaking the 92 just a little bit right there. Still trying to power away as Alan Bowman has gotten away. Talk about powering away. He is gone from second on back. William Seaman has the advantage for this corner, but now Rainey's got the advantage down low for these next few corners. Drives it hard, trying to push the 92 up the track. A little bit of contact there under braking. And Luke Rainey clears for the 8th position, the 88 truck. Showing some muscle here. And he might be going for 7th here as a run onto the 31 for Rocha. I believe the 31 might be able to hold that spot right here. We've still got a ton of time left. Somehow there has not been a caution yet. I really thought there would have with how damaged that 15 car looked. The 15 truck looked. With Colin Yo, he's out of the... is he still in? He might actually still be in. Is he? Oh, he is back out on track. Damaged, but he's still going. So he can still gain positions if a crash happens or something like that. Rocha and Rainey now battling for 7th. Here comes Luke in the 88. Trying to charge up. That's for the 7th position. I think he might have it right there. He does. Luke Rainey clears for 7th. 88 truck on a charge. So now how did Jeff Moses get affected by that spin? He's in the 24th position, which is right around where he started, give or take a few positions. So, of course, track position means a lot here at road course, and it's shown with Jeff Moses' run, as he was your points leader coming to this race. He might lose it, as Michael Ferris in the 23 second in points coming into this race, only 20-some points behind, currently in the top 10 in the 10th position. And there doesn't really have any contest. Cole Luigi has been pressuring him, but just has not been able to get by. Right here, some battles. Jonathan Rains back on Marco Chapez for 4th. And these two have been really just exchanging positions left and right. Yepes will have it for a few laps. Rains will get it for a lap. And they'll get back to Yepes, and now Rains going back on Yepes. So some great racing here at the front at Mosport. Still caution-free. Yepes might be able to clear right there. Rains tried to drive it hard, maybe give the 7 a little bit of bump up the track. Still trying to bump him. But Rains cannot get by, and Yepes holds 4th. Looking for 6th. Luke Rainey is on a mounting charge. He's trying to get by Jack Canaramo and that number 2 truck. Yeah, Rainey is he's no holds barred right now. He is going for it. He's saying, you know what? I need a win. I need something good to happen this season. It hasn't been good ever since those 2 wins. Let's just try and go. And he's probably driving with a little bit of aggression after this Super Bowl that just happened. He's probably driving with just a little bit of aggression. He's right in the back bumper of that 2. He's just waiting for Cameron to possibly make a mistake right here. Bowman is gone. That 66 truck, Cynthia Bright, and is that Dylan Mills who's second? They have not been able to touch that 66 ever since the green flag. Once again, Jonathan Rains with a peek on Marcos Yepes. Better one this time, as William Seaman looks back there on Gustavo Rocha, but now they're side by side, the 1 and the 7. And they are door handle to door handle as they come up that hill. Rains still trying, but the 7 has the drafting up from the 57, which might really help Yepes right here. To the final few corners. Rains has the inside here. The 7, Yepes might have to give it up. That's a really flat corner, and Jonathan Rains clears for the 4th position, so Rains back up to 4th. Dylan Mills has closed in a little bit on Bowman as these front 2 have separated themselves from 3rd place Cynthia Bright. So we've got 11 laps to go. There's a lap track ahead. The 39 Danny Bright possibly is either involved in a crash or something happened. He's right now 35th. I believe he's still on the lead lap. Yes, he's still on the lead lap on the tail, and he'd really need a caution this lap to stay on that lead lap, which could definitely happen. It's a road course. Anything can happen. Once again, Luke Green still pressuring Jack Canaramo for that 6th position. As the front 11 have kind of separated themselves, Code Luigi in the 11th position. That throwback, and then you have Keegan Thompson running out the 12th position, trying to run down those front 11. And has Jeff Moses changed positions. Yes, he's up to 22nd, so he's gained a few positions right. He's past Justin Seidel, Christian Richardson. So good moves there by Jeff Moses to get up to 22nd behind his teammate Justin Heath. Let's bring it to 20th there. There's Griffin Lynn, Xavier Silva Jr., Greg Lee in the 99. As we look up ahead, there might be some battles right here. Here comes Seaman on a Rocha. That's for the 8th position. Seaman had a pretty good season going, and these last few races kind of lost the points lead, and trying to get back up there, at least get a win. Doesn't have a win this season. He's in the top 10 points, so you of course get those points. that come with being in the top 10. Of course, each win towards the chase, you get 5 chase points for each win you have. And if you're top 10 in points, you get points according to where you are in the top 10. So if you're first in points at the end of the regular season, you'll get, I believe it's 15 extra points, and then it'll be counting it. I believe it's like something about 12, 8, on down to, I believe, 1. And that's, of course, using those points towards the chase if you can get into the chase. So even if you're second in points at the end of the regular season, you get those points for that, but you won't be able to use it if you don't have a win to get into the chase. So you have to make the chase to use those points, obviously. Front 10 pretty orderly, as the 31 of Arocha was actually passed by Michael Ferris. So Arocha back to 10th as Ferris now up to the 9th position. That's second in points coming to this race. He has 2 victories this season. So how big would it be? He has 10 wins already there, or he has 10 points already there for his 2 wins. And then if he can get to that points and keep it, that would be even more points. So just imagine the points Ferris could get if he can get to the points. Look at Canarama up the track. Look at Reigns up the track. Luke Ray trying to get by the 2, and he has a good run. A truck is stalled off the corner. That's William Seaman in the 92. And does this bring out the caution? Arocha has been stopped behind him. I do not see a yellow flag. As Yepes will move around Reigns. He'll get to 4th. Rainey up to 6th. And the front 7 are gone away. Ferris is 8th. Luigi's 9th. And Keegan Thompson is now 10th. The front few have gotten away because the 92 has stalled off the corner. What is happening in this race? And how bad does that hurt Arocha? There's where Arocha is right now, battling just here. My, oh my. At least some of these guys might have been hurt as well. Some of them actually gained a ton of positions. Right here, the 5 just went from 26th to 19th because of that. The 46 was about 30th, now she's up to 21st, so that actually helps some drivers out. That stack up. Alabama is once again pulled away from Mills. Mills pulled away from Cynthia Brighton. Yepes trying to close down that 57. Right now, Yepes is 4th. Jonathan Reigns back to 5th, but Luke Rainey is coming for that 5th position. He wants a top 5. And he's right on the bumper, that one of Jonathan Reigns. He could push him right here. Maybe force him into a mistake this corner. You don't want to make a mistake yourself, and that's what Rainey and Canarama both did. They both made mistakes right there, and Ferris will close in number 23. Ferris looking for that 7th position on Canarama. Luigi, of course, is 9th. And that's the front 9 that have really just pulled away from this pack. Reigns pulled away from the 2 just a little bit right there, but lost ground to the 1. Here comes Michael Ferris in the 23. Has a pretty good run into Jack Canarama. I don't believe he's going to be able to do anything with it. So they're coming to halfway this time. We've not really talked about Alan Bowman at all this race. But man, oh man, he is out of there. Those guys just coming out of the woods right here. And he's out of the woods. Halfway right there for Alan Bowman in the 66er. Pulls here trying to end it out dominating. Trying to lead every lap. Get to victory lane. Dylan Mills trying to run him down somehow. 3rd place is still up for grabs. Cynthia Bright, Marcus Yepes are in a pretty big battle here. And they're just hoping for a caution to come out. Which, there probably should have been a few. The 92 stopped on track. I believe that probably should have been a caution that was in front of the pack. I won't make a judgment on the 15 crash until I see where it was on track and what positions they were running in. It had to have happened sometime early in the race, too. Now that 7's all over the back bumper at the 57 right there. Pez hoping that Cynthia Bright gets forced into a mistake right here and that he can move around for 3rd. Cynthia up the track a little bit right there. I don't know if it's going to impact the corner exit, though. Look at Reigns. He has a run on Yepes. We talked about these two have just been trading positions left and right. They do it once again. They're once again side by side, but the 7 has to driving up from the 57 again, so maybe that won't hurt him. Back there, Luigi in a battle with Michael Ferris for 8th. Trying to move up a few more positions. As Reigns noses ahead of the 7 as they enter these final 3 corners. Jonathan Reigns makes contact with Yepes and moves back to the 4th position. So once again, 4th changes hands. It's always been the 1 and the 7 that have changed hands. And now Luke Reigns closing. Reigns hits the pit wall! Dylan Mills has entered the pits and the yellow is out! Alan Bowman stopped on track! Can he get going? Ferris has gotten around! Can these guys get going? They should be able to get their positions back if they can get it going. Bowman's gotten away. Cynthia, yep, Pez. There's Rainey trying to get away with Canaramo. Called Luigi's in pit road. A lot of drivers in pit road. Maybe think they didn't have enough fuel to get back. Bowman has gotten away. Mills is out of the pits. Bright is going. Yepes is going. Rainey's going. Nichols is coming in the 29. Luigi's exited the pits. Fenway's exiting. There's Stewart. There's Sullivan. Lee. Canaramo's finally leaving. Thompson's leaving. Seaman is back out on track. And these guys are possibly waiting for the 66 to get caught back up of Alan Bowman, who's still trying to get back to his position here. Hope he doesn't run into anyone trying to get back there. They're getting a pretty good amount of room there. So Bowman's gotten back up to his race lead. That's with 7 to go, so it's going to be a restart. Now the question is, where's second place in all of them? How are they going to shake out in all this? There's Cynthia. She's third. Second place, I don't know where second is. Dylan Mills was second, but he came down pit road, so he's going to lose those positions. Look where he runs into the back of the 07. Oh my gosh. Hope that didn't damage the 88 at all. It does have some damage, but I don't know how that's going to affect him at a short or a road course here where you're not really going that fast. Craziness. Bowman does take the caution flag, so there it is. Cynthia Bright's going to be scoring in the second position. Michael Ferris is going to be third. Yepes is going to be fourth. Rainey's going to be fifth. And Lynn's going to be sixth, I believe. Bubba Sir should be seventh. And then the guys that came down pit road, they're going to be unfortunate here. They're going to be at the back of the pack, like the 07, the 32, the 20, or the 93. The 2, I think, is still trying to get his positions back, possibly. Jack and Ramo. Well, we'll sort this out for you. First, we'll see what all happened here. So much happened. We'll first look at Colton Yo's crash. Then we'll look at the Buford's getting involved in it. Then we'll look at the 92 getting stalled. Then we'll look at the actual caution. Well, I've heard of out of the park before, but this is just taking it to a whole new level. They're 3 wide coming through these final 2 corners, and there's not enough room. Yo and Bright make contact, and right here, look at this. Hits the wall and mows down ambulance, and hopefully those crowd people got out of the way, and they just spin off course up the hill. And the caution doesn't come out because they're off track. They need to find a way to get back on the track, and they just didn't have that. The fence there and all that, they can't tear the fence down. And then later in the race, the 46 of Jennifer Buford possibly went off course and got into it with Jonathan. So they take that. They run 15th and 14th right here, the Bufords are. Jonathan run 14th. Jennifer gets by for 14th now. And they're balanced side by side. And right, where's this happen here? So they're going good. They're still balanced, still pretty close. Jennifer looks again to the inside Jonathan. Jonathan with a little block right there. Jennifer overdrives the corner big time into the grass and then trying to get back up on track. And what are the odds that the person you're battling and a relative, and you nail them and take them both out, get both of you guys damaged. And then even later in the race, Williamson in the 92, he's racing along just fine here. And where does this happen? Only a few laps. He's going through the corner. It's like something breaks on the 92. He gets out of the way, trying to get out of the way right here. 23 runs into him. The Roach is on the outside. He's nowhere to go. He has to stop. Thompson has stopped. Truck's going through the grass. Truck's trying to get around. And that's just huge. And then even after that, we have the caution, which ends up with Jonathan Rains hard into the tire barriers as he hit a ton head on into those tires. I don't know if he was trying to enter the pits or what, or if he just overdrove the corner. But right here, look at this. I think he might have been trying to get into the pits and just misjudged it. And then some drivers did do it. Some drivers were trying to get on, I think, and missed it. My, oh my. Now trucks come down pit road again. This leaves the race lead with the drivers that came down pit road. So if it came down pit road like Dylan Mills, Cole Luigi, Landon Fenway, Alex Stewart, Xavier Sullivan Jr., Greg Lee, and William Seaman are going to be on the lead, or within the race lead. However, Seaman, I think, Seaman's laps down. First off is going to be Bowman, then Bright. My, oh my. This race is upside down. No clue what is going on. We'll we'll just take you back to the green flag right here. My head is spinning. Going green right here, it'll be lap 13, so it's going to be 4 laps to go. Trucks out from that. The one of Jonathan Rains from that crash, and then Jonathan Beaver had a puncture, and I think that just took him out of the race. Colton Neal and, of course, William Seaman are a lap down. Seaman's going to be restarting in the top 10, but he's not really in the top 10. So Dylan Mills, Cole Luigi, Land Fenway, Alex Stewart, Xavier Sullivan Jr., Greg Lee, all came down pit road before the caution came out, so they'll be scored out front. Then Alan Bowman comes off first, Cynthia Bright, Michael Ferris, Marco Chapez, Luke Rainey as well. We're back racing, green flag back in the air, Dylan Mills leading. Battle for second, Land Fenway and Cole Luigi. Fenway got a great restart right there and gets beside the 32 and by him. They're still trying to get by him. Oh, contact! That could have been big. Could have been second, third, and fourth wiped out. Cole Luigi still battling with Fenway. You want to keep that second position in case something happens to the leader, or you could... Whoa, Fenway running Luigi off room. Might give Alex Stewart the third position as well. These guys are getting physical for the second position. Cole Luigi bumping that 93 off into the corner. Man, that could have been big. Now Stewart drives it hard for second. Forces the 32 off track, and that's a little bit of wheel spinning right there off the 32. Alex Stewart might go all the way to second. No, didn't have the run to do it. Michael Ferris back there, second in points. He restarted 9th. He's battling with Cynthia Bright for 8th. Alan Bowman, the first come off pit, he's dominated this race, and it might just slipped away from him. He's 7th. The front 3 get away. It's a 3-truck race. Dylan Mills leading the field around with Land Fenway in second and Alex Stewart in third. Now Stewart up the track. Here comes Cole Luigi as they see 3 laps of racing to go. How about these drivers that we have not talked about all race? Land Fenway, Alex Stewart, they're second and third. Xavier Sullivan Jr., we didn't talk about, he's 5th. Greg Lee, we didn't talk about, he's 6th. And they have the drivers that were really up there and kind of got screwed out of that caution flag. Front 12 once again broken away. Look at this battle for the race lead. Mills is not getting away. Fenway is charging hard, trying to win. It would just take one slip up by the 07 to let the 93 to his inside, and that might allow third to get in there as well. Oh, Fenway messed up that corner though, big time. Gets back down line, but Mills is pulled away because of it. One mistake out of the 93 and everyone's going to get cautioned right there. So Mills gets away for now. But he's got to negotiate 2 more laps. It's not done behind them. Third place now, a big battle. Cole Luigi right on the back bumper of Alex Stewart. The battle to try and get into the top 3. Battle to try and get inside the top 5. Cole Luigi's up over the rumble strips trying to get by Alex Stewart right here in the outside lane. Couldn't get it done. We'll keep the 4th position though. 2 laps of racing to go. Dylan Mills trying to hold on. Look at Bowman trying to get by the lap truck of William Seaman right here and just cannot get it done. Bowman's race just turned from really good to mediocre now as he was leading every lap and that caution just happened to come out. Oh, the pit strategy was turned upside down. Dylan Mills cannot mess up. If he messes up those 2 corners, Fenway will be back there, Stewart will be there, Cole Luigi will be there. That battle for 5th could be big too. It's a battle for the top 5. Stewart now messed up that corner. Land Fenway has closed. Cole Luigi will grab 3rd right here. He's cleared Alex Stewart already. So Cole Luigi grabs 3rd. They make it around to the white flag. It's going to be a big race out between 2 trucks. Dylan Mills trying to hold off Land Fenway. Fenway's going to try and find a way around. 2 Chevrolets will battle it out the end. Through the final 2 corners. This is the white flag. One more time around Mosport for Dylan Mills. That truck down low. Hopefully Nichols doesn't really run into anyone here. Last lap. And Mills right now does not have the truck underneath him, I don't think, to carry him around. He's got to carry the truck himself. And Fenway is there. all but pushing the 07 as they race off into these corners. I believe he is bumping them. Mills cannot mess up, or Fenway will get to his inside and buy him. And is there going to be a move that's made? Can he make the move? Does he have time? Does he have room? Fenway going to be looking to the inside this time. Mills blocks him off nicely. And pulls away a little bit. Final time down this long straightaway where the draft is very prevalent. Fenway trying to find one last way to get around. Battle back there's for fourth, Xavier Sullivan Jr. and Alex Stewart. Off into the final three corners. Does Fenway have a way around Mills? Can Mills hold him off? Now the final two corners. We've seen a lot happen here in the past. Fenway gonna try and give the bumper. Couldn't get there. Here's one last shot. Mills into the final corner. Fenway trying to get to his inside. He bumps up the track. Mills wins! But that was close. Fenway gave it his all. They were bumping and banging going to the stripe. That was about 2/100ths of a second. What a finish. That was a great finish. About a 1/4 of a tenth. Right there. Look at that. I think Fenway gave him a little bump right there. Right there. Gave him the bump up the track, and Mills hits the 93 back in retaliation. And Dylan Mills, by a nose, wins a close one. I believe that might be the closest Pennzoil Truck Series finish. My goodness. That bump right there. Fenway gave his all right there, and then Mills turns hard right, making sure that Fenway wasn't going to have the momentum there. And it worked out for Dylan Mills. He ends up in victory lane here at Mosport in the DC Solar 250. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the DC Solar 250 at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. There was one caution flag, that one that really flipped the race upside down for 2 laps, and one lead change among 2 different drivers, as Dylan Mills leads the last 5 laps from the restart to get to victory lane, just edging Land Fenway there at the end. Fenway ends up second, but gave it his all off that final corner. Cole Luigi in third, another great result for him. He's really turned this season around. Alex Stewart in fourth, and Xavier Sullivan Jr. in fifth. Then Alan Bowman, you have to feel for the man. Started first, led the first 11 laps. The caution comes out, has to come down pit road while others had already come down pit road. Falls to, I believe, 7th or 8th on the restart. Gets up to 6th there at the end, but it's just not what the day was going to be for Alan Bowman. Greg Lee in 7th. Michael Ferris in 8th. He's your new points leader after today. Jack Hiramo 9th. And Marco Chapez rounds up the top 10. So there's your top 20. Coming into this race, Jeff Moses was your points leader. Didn't even finish in the top 20 here today. Just shows how big track position is. Right there, Moses ends up 27th. He started 24th. Not the day he was looking for. Seaman ends up a lap down. Nichols had a tire issue. We saw him down towards the inside wall there. So that's why he was down there. Colton Yo running about a lap down. Canto retired from the race along with Jonathan Buford and Jonathan Rains. Let's now go look at the point standings. We are now officially halfway through the whole season, and here are the points. Michael Ferris with his 2 victories is now on top of the points list, but Alex Stewart only 4 points back and doesn't have a win. How badly does he want to get into the chase? He's going to either win or get those 4 points at some point in these next few races, as there's a 7-race chase, so obviously not many races left before the chase. Jeff Moses falls to 3rd. Cole Luigi up to 4th. I can't believe that. He was like 36th in points after Daytona, or the first 2 races or something. 5th was Griffin Lynn. They have Greg Lee up to 6th, but he needs to win. Trey Rainey in 7th. Same with Bubba Sir. He needs to win in 8th. William Seaman has free fallen. He's down to 9th. And JJ Reed in the top 10. He's 10th. So there's your top 20. A lot of these drivers in the top 10 do not have wins. They really need a winner. They need to get up to that points lead. Because right now, the 10 drivers in the chase would be Michael Ferris with his 2 victories, Luke Green with his 2 victories, he's in the top 20 points in 19th, along with Cole Luigi, Griffin Lynn, Trey Rainey, Christian Richardson, Jonathan Rains, Landon Fenway, Dylan Mills, and Cynthia Bright. All 10 drivers are in the top 20 in points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are the 10 drivers that will compete for the championship if it started today. However, we have some drivers down here. Jonathan Buford. If you get top 25 in points and get a 2nd victory, it could definitely work out. Same with Jennifer Buford. However, that's going to take a lot to happen. But who knows? Canorama could win, some driver up there could win, some driver up there could get the points lead. It could change this whole picture around. We still don't have any clue. Really, the only driver we really know could be Michael Ferris. He's first in points right now. I don't know if he's going to drop below 25th in points. It could definitely happen. I don't see it happening. So I believe Ferris is almost all but locked in to the chase at this point. So the next race will be short track, the Sharpie 250 at Bristol. See you guys then.